How high can Algorand actually go? I want to break this down. I want to show you some realistic price targets as to where Algorand can go, which you may consider taking profits on, and show you some fundamental price targets as to where it could really seriously go high up if big money was to get involved. Is it sounding interesting? Drop that like, give me a subscribe. Welcome back to Crypto Gains for another video. If you're new to my channel, check out some of these other projects real quick, and or videos. Pi Network I did recently. If you're holding Pi or be mining this on your phone, check it out. Or if you want to get involved, check it out. You can see my portfolio and stuff, and like all in coins or all in crypto that I will go all in on. But let's talk about this, because seriously, this is an interesting subject. How high can it go? Well, I want to just, and I need to get it out. Need to let you know, this is not financial advice. Do your further research before you invest your money. I want to take the most absurd, crazy price that it could possibly go to and work with that first and then bring it down, because we will see Algorand hit certain prices, right? Like $5 to £10, $10, $20. We could see that happen in the future. But I want to give the most crazy price target first. So let's think about where Bitcoin went. I think Bitcoin hit over $1 trillion in market cap at its all-time high. Right now it's sitting at about 267 billion. So how many of you think Algorand can go to $1 trillion in market cap? It's very likely that it could. The question is, how patient are you enough to wait for Algorand to get there? Because if it gets heavy adoption, I mean, it's already getting some heavy adoption. When you hear about, Italian Bank, FIFA, all these other big brands and partnerships and sponsorships come in and start adopting Algorand, it makes you think, what's going to happen in the next coming years. That's $1 billion, 10 billion, 100 billion, trillion. I'm going to divide Algorand's market cap by 1 trillion, because that's going to tell me like what kind of X gain it needs to get to $1 trillion in size. We're talking a 932x gain. If Algorand was to go there, what kind of price would we see? So you can take this X gain, times it by the price, which is about 15 pence right now. We would see a £139 price for Algorand. And just to show you in perspective into other coins, what currency, what is £139? You can almost call it £140 if you like. It's 139.9. I'm talking $168 price. Euros, 157 euros. Yen, 22,187 yen. If that helps anyone. Can it be possible? It could. It very well could. Again, it depends on how patient you are to wait for Algorand to get there. It could take 10, 20, 30 years. It might happen next week. I don't know. It depends on how much adoption grows into Algorand, how much people pay attention. So that was the first one. $1 trillion, like, wow, it hit $1 trillion, because I remember when Bitcoin hit it, it's like a big fundamental kind of price, right? So let's work our way down. Let's go more realistic now. How about 100 billion? Is it likely for Algorand to go to 100 billion in market cap? I think it can. I've actually been calling Algorand to go to 100 billion in market cap. There's $1 billion, 10 billion, 100 billion. That's more realistic for me. I feel like if we're going to see a crazy rally and big money's going to come to the space and Algorand's seriously going to blow, 100 billion could be a good price target for it to hit. We're talking a 93x gain on your money. Real quick, just to touch on the trillion one, because when I said about $1 trillion, you had a 932x gain. If you just put £100 today, and again, this is not financial advice, because I see it like an investment. You put 100 quid, you don't touch it, you just leave it there. Because 100 quid just chilling, like you're investing, and you're happy to just leave that 100 quid for the next 15, 20 years. Because if it does happen in the next 15, 20 years, it might happen sooner, or 10 years, and that 100 quid blows 932x, you're turning that 100 quid into £93,000. This is what people did with Bitcoin back in 2010, 2011. They just put 100 quid, they didn't touch it for years. They just left it there for 10, 15 years and came back. You could do the same thing with Algorand if you think that it might have a chance to go to $1 trillion. I'm just saying, right? So, but moving on now with this, this price here, this is 100x. Hold on, where's it gone? The 93x gain is 100x on your money. So essentially, £100 turns to 10,000, £1,000 turns to £100,000, or $1,000 turns to $100,000. Do you think it can go there? So what market cap am I dealing here? Let me just find it. Oh no, yeah, I said it. It'd be 100 billion market cap. What price would it be? So we take the price, times it by what we saw there, 93. It would be sitting on a £13 90 pence, 99 pence, £13, about $16. So, that's more of a realistic price target for me, £13-14. And I think it could be a good place to be, maybe consider taking profits. But again, how patient are you enough to wait? We may see this in 2023, 2024, 2025. Who knows? Time will tell. Maybe more of the long lines of 2024. I think because if you're talking about the peak of the very top of the market, I think it's going to take at least another year until we see the absolute peak, the top of the bull cycle. So, I just want to put that to you. Let's make it more realistic. How about a 10 billion, a 10x on your money? Well, essentially, everything else is what I'm saying, so 10 billion, you divide this by 10, we'll be looking at a, because I've just done 10, 10, 10, right? Trillion, 100 billion, 10 billion, £1.39 pence. So it'd be a £1.39 pence. This would be sitting on a 10 billion. That's very doable. I think that's going to be achievable. Matter of fact, I think it's been achieved before. If we look back at its all-time high, this went up to about £2.60. Look, down here, £2.80 was the highs of what it went to. So if I'm saying a £1 what? If I'm saying to you, a £1.39, let's just call it £1.40. If I'm saying to you a £1.40 is a 10x on your money, do you think it can go there? Well, this already did double that. This went to £2.80. So essentially, we're talking a 20x gain on your money if you was to buy at prices today. That is not a bad shout. And I tell you what, because if you was to go into any place, any shopping mall or anywhere, or you go to your friend's house, I'm going to get up close and personal, you best believe. I'm going to get up close and personal of you. Yeah, what am I laughing for? Anyway, if you used to go to your friend and say, hey, give me your money, give me like 50 quid, I'm going to double it for you. Yeah, no, double it. Double your money. They'll be like, really? We doing the horses? Yeah, if you see my channel, I'll tell you, So you say to them, give me your 50 quid. I'll give you 10 times your money back. They're like, what? They're scamming people, man. What's the scam? In London, you'd be slanging it. What's the scam, blood? What's the scam, blood? So, 10 times your money just seems absurd. Like, that's a scam. Who are you dealing with? Like, so when you tell someone, hey, give me your 50 quid. Okay, I'm close and... give me your 50 quid. And I'll give you 20 times your money back. What? Nah. What bank are you robbing? You best not be robbing that Italian bank, from Algorand. I'm just saying, that sounds insane. And all you're doing is you're investing in Algorand. Nah, forget you. I'm just trying to tell you how high it can go. All I'm doing is investing in Algorand, waiting for Algorand to go back to all-time highs. £2.80, that is 20 times my money back. I wasn't supposed to be talking numbers. I just wanted to, essentially it was. I didn't want to talk, what am I saying? I didn't want to talk XK, I just wanted to talk how high. But these are realistic price targets. 20 times your money back is very doable on this project. That's what I seriously think. If you buy at these prices today, it's not financial advice. Keep these targets in your head. Write them down. Go get a pen and paper. Come back on this video. Pause the price targets at 100 billion, trillion. If Algorand goes to a trillion, it's going to set many people up for greatness. But then you can say that with any token, right? If this goes to a trillion, you make me rich, So we'll see. We will see what happens. Guys, I'm going to leave it here. If you liked it, drop that like. Give me a subscribe. Thank you for watching. Hold on. Put it back to the screen. Thank you for watching. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Hold on. I usually say become a Patreon. I ain't got it. I was fine. If you want to become a Patreon, it's in my info section. Click it. Come over, have some laughs, and learn how to make some great money in crypto. Thank you for watching. Cheers.